Welcome back, Internet, to another Reddit Stories. We're back to Tales from Retail. Hey guys, we're, 19 more subs until 1,000. The anticipation! Man loses $6,000 in cash in my store. So, many years ago, I'm having a pretty uneventful day at work when the phone rings. It's a customer who was in the store an hour and a half-ish before. He asks if anyone found his money in the store. How much money are we talking about? I ask. His answer, oh, about $6,000. It's the proceeds from his car he just sold, just a few hours ago. He also says that if it's found, he is happy to give a reward. I tell my coworker and we scour the place, but no luck. The guy on the phone is disappointed, but is positive he must have dropped it here. Asks if it's okay to come and search. Yeah, be my guest, I tell him. He shows up about 40 minutes later, spends an hour plus searching and researching the store. Nada. Finally, he gives up. And then he says, it just wasn't meant to be. Buys a soda for the road, walks out the doors, and throws the receipt in the garbage can outside the doors. Then I hear him yell. I see him reach out into the garbage can and pick up a thick stack of money right off the top. He is literally dancing in joy. He accidentally threw it there with his last receipt. No idea how. I don't know how many people walked right by that can over a 3-hour period. Major shopping center. More than 100? Also, very common for people to go through the cans there looking for recyclables multiple times a day. Was some amazing luck. Just not mine. So, Kyoto, you may ask. Why are you doing another Tales from Retail this soon? Well, I'm gonna tell you. I read the story, and I have a story to tell you because of this story. So, another one of our fine examples of me wanting to tell a story vicariously through telling another story. Anyway, this happened, about 4 years ago. I live in Utah, and I was driving down to Las Vegas, Nevada. It's about a 6-hour drive from where I live, and I'm going down there to sell some Magic cards, Magic the Gathering cards at a tournament. So, my friend gives me a bunch of cash for the room. I reserve it online with my debit card, and we head on down. We get to a place called Mesquite, Nevada. Mesquite is a city about an hour away from Vegas, and it's basically the only reason why it exists is because it's literally the closest place that people in southern Utah can gamble. So you have a city right on the border. It's an okay resort town, but it's one of those towns where you have a lot of nicer homes, newer homes, and then you got the sketchy part. So we decided that we're going to go and get some groceries at a Smith's grocery store just right off the freeway in Mesquite. Kind of a side note with this Mesquite Smith's, it's the weirdest thing, but their pharmacy has a outside walk-up window. Not a drive-through. It's on the outside of the building. Like, you can walk inside the grocery store, hang a right, and 20 feet away is the pharmacy, or you just walk up from your car to the outside of the pharmacy against a wall. It's the weirdest thing ever. I've never seen an outside walk-up pharmacy window. Anyway, I'm wearing some basketball shorts with no pockets at the time, and that is important to the story. So we go shopping for provisions, just so that we don't have to go and worry about spending a butt ton of money down in Las Vegas, because when you're down in Las Vegas, everything is super expensive. Like a 20-ounce soda normally is like $1.50 somewhere else. Down, if you were to buy it in like one of the casinos, it's like $4, something like that. Like, it's ridiculous. So we just stock up on provisions there at the grocery store. We load it up in the car and we head on out. And we get about 20 minutes out of Vegas, and there's another place. It's a Paiute Indian Reservation casino that's on the outskirts of Vegas. Another place where you can stock up on adult beverages. And anyway, so we go in there, and I go and reach for my wallet. I'm like, oh crap, I don't have my wallet with me. And I know I used my wallet in the grocery store because I bought groceries with it. Oh no, I had like $350 in cash in my wallet. Oh man. So I called down, because this was about 45 minutes away from the grocery store, and I'm like, oh man, it's kind of in a sketchy area. Mesquite, it's I'm not going to have my money there. I don't have my ID. Everything's in my wallet. I can't even check into the room without it. So I called down, and sure enough, yes, they did have the wallet. I'm like, is there money in it? It's like, I mean, there's some stuff in it. You can come down and take a look. So we then backtrack and we drive another 45 minutes back to Mesquite to pick up my wallet. And sure enough, all my money was there. $350 in cash, my ID, nothing was touched. I'm like, this is like, like how? And I asked like who turned it in, and they said, oh no, just a customer just came in and turned it in and said it was in a shopping cart outside. Oh man. So yeah, humanity is good sometimes. Like, not everything is super bad. Like, that was a prime example of when someone was honest and miraculously turned in some money. Like they could have, I would have been at least okay with them taking the money and just leaving my ID. At least I would have been like, well, at least I can at least I can check into my hotel room that night, and I could sell some magic cards at the tournament and recoup my money. It would suck to lose $300, but at least I could do that. But anyway, so funny enough, that was about four years ago. So funny enough, about a month ago, I went on a camping trip up here in Utah, and we go into another, imagine this, another Smith's grocery store, and I'm with my brother and his wife, and we're walking around, and as we're entering the store, I'm again wearing some basketball shorts without pockets, and I'm telling them this story about me in Mesquite, about how I lost my wallet, blah blah blah. Anyway, we go shopping and we leave Smith's. We go down the road down to the Walmart, and as we're getting back into the car at Walmart, I'm like, where's my phone? Oh crap. I left my phone at Smith's. So we drive down there, and sure enough, I left it again in the shopping cart, and it was another random customer that turned it in. So yeah, my phone turned it in. So humanity again. Like, I'm sometimes pessimistic. Oh, okay, who am I kidding? I am pessimistic a lot on this channel about people, just in general. But two examples that kind of made me realize that there are really some honest and good people around. So anyway, I guess on to the next story. I witnessed my first grown man tantrum. Just for context, I work in a woman's clothing store. A few weeks ago, I had an older gentleman come into the store and do a return for his wife. Okay, no problem. We do it every day. I confirm he has the right receipt, and that's when I got down to the bottom. I saw that the date of purchase was beyond our 30-day return period. This means that he gets his return back on a gift card, and for what it's ringing up for today, if it's less than the original purchase price. So the item he was returning was bought at 20% off, but now it's 40% off, and had a difference at about $9. I explained this to him, and he wasn't having it. He said that doesn't make any sense. He has his receipt, other stores don't do this, etc, etc. We've heard it all before. I once again reiterate our store policy. Obviously, he wasn't relenting, so I had the assistant manager come over. She explained the same thing I just did, and he kept arguing with her, so eventually we brought over the store manager. She told him the same thing all three of us did. No matter how much he argued, my manager would not give him what he wanted. He eventually got fed up, took the item back, and proclaimed that they're not making another purchase at our store in the future. Then proceeded to stomp away and slam our doors open on the way out, in a store full of women. Yikes. Hey Kyoto, is this going to be one of your videos where you just talk about yourself and your stories all the time? Why yes, random viewer, yes it is. So I was working pharmacy, and this lady brings up a prescription for, it was a painkiller, prescription painkiller. It was like oxycodone or Percocet, one of the two. Anyway, hands it to me, and the laws here, at least in Utah in the United States, is that the prescription is only valid for 30 days and has to last 80% of what the previous prescription was used. For example, like if she got a 30-day supply, before she can get any more, she has to at least wait 26 days, 80% of the previous prescription before she can refill another one. A lot of pharmacies wait until 90%. because they can, and no one needs to take more pain medication than what's prescribed. So a lot of pharmacies wait until 27 days before they refill it. Anyway, that's important to the story. So I believe this happened in April of whatever year this was. The lady brings it in, and it was dated for March 15th. And I'm looking at the calendar, and it's April 15th. 31 days in March, this prescription is 1 day expired. So I hand it back to her, and I just say, "Oh, sorry, this prescription is expired. It's only valid for 30 days. She looks back at me and she says, "No, it's valid until the same day the next month." And I just look at her and I'm like, "No, it's 30 days. It's not from the 15th to the 15th, because like February has 28 days, then you'd be short some days, and months like December or whatever has 31 days, so you'd be getting an extra day. So that doesn't work. It's actually 30 days. She doesn't believe me. I talked to her a couple of more times. I'm like, "No, really, it's 30 days. She doesn't buy anything what I'm telling her. So I get my pharmacist. My pharmacist comes over, tells her the exact same thing that I told her. It's 30 days. It's not the same day the next month. He's with her for about 10 minutes. She's not relenting. So we get my pharmacy manager, which is out in the store doing some sort of promotion, which she's not supposed to be there in the pharmacy. So we call her back over, and she tells her the same exact thing. It's supposed to be 30 days, not the same day on the next month. It's 30 days. My pharmacy manager's with this lady for 10 minutes trying to explain to her, it's 30 days. So since this lady walked up to the window, she's been there for about a half an hour trying to argue with us that it's 31 days, or the same day the next month and not just 30 days. Finally, my pharmacy manager says, "Here's your prescription back. We're not helping you with this. You can take it to another pharmacy if you want and see if they'll fill it," which they won't, because it's a law. It's not like something that we could be like, "Oh no, it's okay, 1 extra day." So this lady proclaims that she's never going to come back here again, blah, 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 and then she leaves, and then we see her again the next month. I don't understand why people sit there and proclaim, "I'm never coming back here again. You guys are the worst." Like, they tell us we're the worst pharmacy ever, but then we see them the exact same time the next month for the same medications. So if we're the worst, why are you coming back? Like, if you say that we're the worst, fine, we're the worst. Go somewhere else. Bye, Felicia. Thank you again for joining me on another Reddit story thing. Kyoto Combat Edition, I guess, right? I don't know. I hear people say that they like hearing personal stories and stuff, because I do have a lot of stories from retail, and just by chance, I don't remember them until I read stories from other people, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember this story." So yeah, I know that some videos are more me telling stories and some aren't as much of me telling stories, but I don't know. I think that kind of separates me from other Reddit people, is that I actually have stories that you're not going to get anywhere else. So I don't know. I like doing it. So if you guys like it, let me know. But if you don't, I'll try to limit the stories in the future. Anyway, thanks again for watching. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and subscribe if you haven't. Like I said, we're getting close to 1,000 subs. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, later, kids.